In a quiet town, nestled between green mountains and rivers that whispered like music, there lived a young man named Elias. Elias was like many of us. He had dreams, he had hopes, he had plans. But he also had a restless mind. One day he wanted to start a business. The next day he wanted to learn music. Another day he dreamed of traveling far away, only to give up the thought when it felt too big. His mind kept shifting like clouds in the sky, never holding one shape for long. He was not lazy. He was not foolish. He simply lacked discipline. And because of that, he carried a deep sadness inside. Every time Elias failed to stay consistent, he lost a little more belief in himself. He would promise, "This time I will change." But soon, he broke his own promise. He told himself he wanted success, but his actions betrayed his words. And slowly, disappointment became his shadow. He spent long hours by the river that curved through his town. He would sit on the rocks, watching the water move without stopping. The river had no confusion, no hesitation, no doubt. It flowed in one direction, always forward. Elias wondered, why can't my life be like this river? Why can't I move with clarity? Why can't I hold one path without breaking my focus? He searched for answers in books, in conversations, in his own thoughts. But nothing seemed to change him. The restlessness continued, and every day felt heavier than the one before. One evening, when the sky was soft with the glow of sunset, Elias sat under a large oak tree at the edge of the town. His face showed the weight of his inner battle. It was then that an old traveler appeared on the path. The man looked simple-clothed in a long robe, carrying only a walking stick. Yet there was something about him that drew attention. His eyes were calm, like a still lake untouched by the wind. Elias leaned forward eagerly. "Can you teach me how? Can you show me the way?" The old man's lips curved into a small smile. "I can, but first you must be willing to take on a challenge. It will be simple, yet it will test you more than you expect." Elias agreed without hesitation. "I will do whatever it takes," he said. The traveler bent down and picked up a small clay cup from his bag. He filled it with clear water from a nearby stream and handed it to Elias. "Your task is to carry this cup to the top of that hill," he said, pointing to a hill that rose just beyond the trees. "But listen carefully, you must not spill a single drop." Elias laughed nervously. "That doesn't sound so difficult." The old man raised his finger. "Be careful with your confidence. This is not a task for your body, but for your mind. If your thoughts wander, your hands will follow, and the water will be lost. Only discipline will carry you to the top." Elias took the cup with both hands and began walking. At first he felt steady. He thought, "I can do this. It's not so hard." But after a few steps, his thoughts drifted. He remembered an argument he had with a friend. He thought about the tasks he had abandoned before. He worried about the future, about whether this challenge would change anything in his life. And each time his mind wandered, his hands trembled. The water rippled and drops spilled onto the ground. Frustration filled his chest. "Why is something so simple so hard?" he whispered. By the time he reached halfway, he had spilled nearly half the water. His spirit sank. He wanted to give up. He wanted to say, "This is impossible." But then he remembered the calm eyes of the old traveler. Something inside him refused to surrender. He stopped, closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. "What if I stop thinking of everything else?" he asked himself. "What if I give my mind one clear job to guard this cup?" When he opened his eyes, he fixed them on the water. He took slow steps. His breath matched his movement. The sound of birds, the wind, the noise of his own thoughts, all faded away. There was only the cup, only the water, only the path. Step by step, moment by moment, he climbed. The more he focused, the calmer he felt. The more he calmed down, the steadier the cup became. Finally, after what felt like hours, Elias reached the top of the hill. The cup was still full. Not a single drop had spilled. Tears filled his eyes, not from exhaustion, but from realization. He had discovered something he never understood before. The old traveler appeared beside him, his eyes shining with quiet pride. "Well done," he said. "You have learned what many spend a lifetime searching for. Tell me, what did you discover?" Elias looked at the cup and whispered, "When my mind wandered, the water was lost. But when I gave my attention to one goal, and only one, I succeeded." The secret is not strength. The secret is focus. The secret is discipline. The old man nodded. "You have seen the truth. Discipline is not about fighting your mind. It is about giving it a purpose, a clear path. When the mind is loyal to a goal, it becomes unshakable. Just like this water, your dreams can only be carried safely if you hold them with steady hands." Elias felt as though the weight of his struggles had lifted. For the first time in his life, he felt peace. He realized his life had been like a leaking cup, his energy spilling in many directions. But now he understood. With discipline, with one clear goal, he could carry his dreams to the top of any mountain. From that day on, Elias changed. He did not chase 10 goals at once. He chose one and poured his whole heart into it. When doubt came, he remembered the cup. When distraction pulled him, he remembered the hill. When frustration tried to break him, he remembered the calm face of the traveler. Years passed. Elias became known not as the richest man or the strongest man, but as the man who had mastered himself. People came to him for advice, not because he had all the answers, but because he had discovered the one answer that mattered most. Discipline leads to freedom. Focus leads to peace. A clear goal leads to success. And when young people in the town struggled with their own restless minds, Elias told them the story of the clay cup. He reminded them, "Your mind will wander. It will try to spill your energy in every direction. But if you give it a clear goal, if you stay disciplined, you will reach the top of your own hill. And when you do, you will understand the power you always carried inside." My friend, this story of Elias is also your story. Your mind is powerful, but it can betray you if you do not discipline it. It will whisper distractions, it will tempt you with shortcuts, it will pull you in many directions. But remember the cup of water, remember the hill, and remember that one clear goal, held with steady focus, can change your entire life. So choose your goal, commit to it with patience, guard it like the most precious treasure, and step by step, you will climb your mountain. At the top, you will not only find success, you will find peace, strength, and the true power of a disciplined mind. Thank you for listening to this story. If it touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope and clarity. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Finance Compass for more inspiring stories. And as the day fades into night and the stars rise over the silent hills, let this truth remain with you. A disciplined mind creates a disciplined life, and a clear goal lights the path to your destiny.